Hey, what is up guys, welcome at you with a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Discussion video, and in this video we're going to be talking about 3 of the newly revealed Jump promo cards over from the OCG. Now one of these cards is physically as the next VJump promo, and the other 3 apparently are going to be available if you fill out a form and send it away, which will come in the next VJump promo. What's interesting about all 4 of these cards is they are all related in some way to Joey Wheeler, and of course if you've seen the title of this video, one card in particular is of special interest to me, and that is a brand new Harpie Lady monster that's a Synchro. So in this video, we're going to be talking about all 4 cards in a little bit of detail. I'm definitely going to go into a lot of detail about the Harpie monster, talking about what kind of effects it could have, how it might work in the deck, some things it enables, some things it doesn't enable. So hopefully you guys will enjoy the video, and let's get into it. So we're going to start things off in this video by taking a look at the new VJump promo, which is called the 100 Dragon. So obviously this is an upgraded form of the original Baby Dragon, but what's important to note here, he's a level 4 wind. Now also, none of these monsters have their effects revealed yet, so of course it's all speculation. Now this being a level 4 wind dragon is very interesting. Could actually be a tuner, who knows? Which would actually open up some interesting possibilities with the Harpie Synchro when we get to her. Now, of course, these cards are all referenced to Joey, so the next one we have is a XZ's monster for Jinzo. Now, it's a rank 6, which of course means you would theoretically overlay 2 Jinzos. Now, this is particularly interesting as there is new Jinzo support for technically Esperoba coming out in the next Duelist pack over in Japan. Of course, the other one being the Winged Dragon of Brass support. Now, this card is called Psychic Lair Jinzo, or Android Psycho Lair Jinzo, or whatever the name is going to be when it comes here to the TCG. Now, I don't believe I remember the name of Jinzo's attack, but this is probably going to be named after his attack if we go by, of course, what the Harpie's name is. So this is pretty cool. Of course, it gives a new boss monster for the Jinzo deck. I don't know how viable the Jinzo deck is going to be, but hey, Jinzo deck now has an extra deck boss monster. Next up, we have the Fusion Time Wizard, which is Time Magus. So, I guess time magic. I guess that's what it's going to be called when it comes to the TCG. It's a fusion, which is interesting because originally the 1000 Dragon was the fusion, which was the Time Wizard Baby Dragon fusion, but now the 100 Dragon is an effect monster, and of course, the Time Wizard here is the fusion. Now, will this be playable? Probably not. It's a level 5. But who knows, you know, random nostalgia cards do end up being really good outside their own archetypes, you know, like the Millenniumizer Restrict is an absolutely insane card that was meant to support relinquished decks, and boom, is just played as an instant fusion target. So this is a level 5, so this is an instant fusion target, so will this be playable? Who knows? But that's it for those 3 cards, and now we're going to take a look at the brand new Harpie monster. So the Harpie card is called Harpie Lady Scratch Clash, and she's a level 8 Synchro. Now this is actually really surprising because up till now the Harpies have been primarily NXZ's rank 4 spam deck, occasionally making rank 7s. Now a level 8 Synchro is very interesting for a lot of reasons. Now the fact that she's level 8 automatically gives you another level 5 or higher Harpie target, which of course helps, you know, get extra effects off your Harpie Oracle, your Harpie Perfumer, and your Harpies for the rest, allowing you to get the secondary effect, which obviously makes the cards a lot more powerful. She's also a potential new boss monster because right up until now, the Harpie boss monster has been Harpie's Pet Phantasmal Dragon, or more accurately, it's Utopia Double, right? So this actually proves to be an interesting question. As well, we also want to talk about the fact that level 8, so Harpies are a deck of level 4s, with the exception of Harpie Lady Sisters and Harpie Girl and Harpie's Pet Dragon. So the chance that we're getting a level 4 Harpie tuner, maybe, potentially, that would allow us to continue to make our rank 4 plays, would also allow us to go ahead and make this if we needed to. Whether or not we make this, of course, its effect needs to be a question of, is this more viable? Well, assuming this is going to be 2 monsters, right? Because you're going to want to use a Harpie and something else. So is this more viable to make than Utopia Double? So what's it going to do, right? Is it going to be able to search out hysteric cards like Hysteric Sign and Hysteric Party? Because I know a lot of people have wanted search cards for these two for a very long time. Now, the reason why I don't think it will do that is essentially to make this, there's a high chance you've already used Hysteric Sign. Being able to grab another one for next turn is great. Hysteric Party can be a decent card to search if you could search it, and then you could get some Harpies back from the grave. I don't really think so. I think even though the Hysteric cards take up 4 to 5 slots in your deck, depending on how many parties you run, I don't honestly think this is going to be... They're too plentiful in the deck to warrant one specific extra deck monster that can search them. Another question you could ask, is she going to search Featherstorm? Obviously, Hysteric Sign being the only other card that can search Featherstorm. Again, I doubt it. Featherstorm is way too powerful to just have a synchro monster that can just go grab it. I mean, honestly, she could just be like, on summon, grab any Harpie card you want from your deck, but that seems like a really weird clause on a level 8 synchro. She a boss monster, potentially. Her name, Harpie Lady Scratch Slash, is a reference to the attack she uses in the anime, which is very nice. So it's another card on the line of monsters being named after their attacks. Of course, you've got Ancient Golem, Ultimate Pound, and then, of course, on the spell side of things, you do have Dark Burning Attack, Dark Magic Attack, Burst Stream of Destruction, so on and so forth. So it's nice that they are referencing that effect. And you can see her design here is very reminiscent of Cyber Harpie, obviously with the name, and then, but more accurately, it is basically one of the Harpie Lady sisters on a single card. So does this beg the question that they could be redoing all 3 sisters in synchro form, or maybe one synchro, one XZ, one link, one, who knows? I think it would be really cool to see an XZ, an XZ of like Harpie Lady 2, and then maybe like a fusion or a link of like Harpie Lady 3, because this is definitely Harpie Lady 1, and I think Harpie Lady 2 and 3 often get forgotten quite a lot, just personally. Ultimately, I think this card is really cool. Terms about like ways that we could make it in the deck. I know there's Cock-a-Doodle-Doo, which I think is a level 5 tuner that I'm pretty sure can drop to level 4. Another reason that we might be getting, I mentioned it before, 100 Dragon. So 100 Dragon is a wind level 4, so he could potentially be a tuner. And I think him being a tuner wouldn't be too busted in the deck, because you wouldn't be able to summon him out with Harpie Channeler, because if they made a level 4 Harpie tuner, Harpie Channeler could just summon it out from the deck. You could just sink into this, which would definitely make this card probably a lot less impactful than it could be. Ultimately, of course, this card, if they make the tuner a Harpie Pet Dragon retrain, which I know a lot of people want, you could summon that with Channeler, but then Channeler would jump to level 7, which potentially would brick it a little bit and make it not something that you'd want to go into. So there are lots of possibilities of ways to summon this thing. You make a bunch of tokens and then put a tuner. Maybe they retrain Harpie Girl as a tuner, and then you make tokens. Again, this is a very weird card that she's a synchro. The synchro really pushes things out of bounds and makes it a bit crazy, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see what kind of decks and boards and plays we can make with it once the effect gets revealed. And you guys can be sure that I'll definitely be doing a video on the effect when it actually gets revealed. But what do you guys think? What do you think about this? Do you like the idea of a synchro Harpie Lady? Do you like potentially that it could be a searcher for some of the cards we don't have access to? Do you like how that is an extra card that enables our monsters? Could it be a replacement for Harpie Lady Sisters, counting as Harpie Lady Sisters even? Who even knows? I mean, you don't really need a Harpie Lady Sisters retrain. I guess this definitely does filter that quota, like I said, of having the level 5 or higher Harpies. But anyway, guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you like the video, remember to like and subscribe. Check out some of the epic other Harpie videos we do have up here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you for my next video.